Hello everybody, it has been a while. We are back. We are back today. Not going to be doing too much. I was like thinking about, what we're going to do when we come back, and I was thinking about doing hardcore Tarkov and like all sorts of crazy stuff. But you know what? By the time it came to it, I was like, we just want to chill, just have a chat, see what's been going on. And I actually do think, well, I did actually play a little bit of Grey Zone last night. I've still kind of got the bug because I know everyone else has probably moved on to other stuff, but because I've been away for a week, I haven't really had the opportunity to basically get on and do it. So we are just going to trundle around. It's also it plays quite well in terms of just like being chill and just chatting with people and stuff. So today we'll just wander around. We'll do various bits and pieces and just see how it goes and talk about a few things because we missed a few bits being away for a week. Obviously, the first one being Nikita's strange tweet, which is a little bit intriguing, given that it's just one of those things. Like I thought we were going to be getting something. No, we should be getting something by the end of the month, in terms of, well, as far as what he said, when the game is going to release, like the date of the release, and on the roadmap it says that we're going to get a new roadmap in June. But instead, he decided to tweet something cryptic saying that there's going to be one more wipe before release happens. So there's going to be another wipe, and then some stuff, and then release. So to me, that means that the release is going to be December. But then when this wipe is going to be, who knows really, right? It could be August. They could have changed the roadmap, so it's so it's going to be the August one. Maybe that one's going to be the wipe, even though it wasn't on the roadmap as being so. Maybe they've changed their mind. Maybe it's in September. We're going to get a really short wipe. They could do it early September, I guess. It could be like a 4-month wipe. It could be like start of September through to the end of December. That would probably be about the same as what they've done previously. So it could be like that. There's lots of ways that it could play out. So it's going to be very interesting to see whether we actually do find out something by the end of this month. Nikita has 2 weeks to tell us what's going on. Outside of that, I've seen a lot of people playing June, although I haven't played any myself. But there is a game that's been releasing today, which I was like, I'm in about whether I should just play that instead, which is Broken Arrow. And I've seen a lot of people talk about Broken Arrow. I've never actually played Broken Arrow myself. I didn't play any of the tests. I haven't watched any content. So other than it being an RTS and people telling me it's good, I actually don't know basically anything about the game. I pretty much know nothing about it. It's like, team-based. It's not. No, it's an RTS, and then it's like a tactical RTS. Like base building RTS, that kind of thing is just like is long gone, as far as I understand. Like, it's just, I don't think there are really any games like that. So this is more of a, you have a certain set of units and you have to use them to win the battle in like a 5v5 type mode. I think that's the way it plays out. So maybe that's an interesting one. I've seen like, I know Nice Guy and like Airing are playing that today. So if that looks, maybe I should watch some content on that and like figure out if that's something that we want to do or not on the channel. I don't know. Like even though it's not first-person shootery, it's still like, modern day mill sim in a tactical sense. So it could be worth checking out. But yeah, I think in terms of just chatting and being fairly chill, Grey Zone's so good for that because there's less downtime, more downtime than with Tarkov in terms of like not fighting. Like Tarkov there's a lot of downtime between matches and that kind of thing, like playing with stash and stuff. But it's it's very intense when you're actually in raid. That's why I was like, do I really want to just be like sweating out over fully hardcore Tarkov today? Because I know people do like watching hardcore Tarkov, but I was just not sure if I was ready for that experience. Yeah, after coming back from holiday, I played a little bit of Grey Zone before and actually ended up doing quite well around the cops. So I was like, oh, this is good. This is good. I think especially once you've like been around them a bit yourself, then you kind of know like how to attack them. Like you kind of need a couple of goes in the area to figure out like how to take them down, that kind of thing. Right. So one interesting thing about this that we're playing right now is that it seems that we're on a brand new server. This is maybe not. Is this the best way to go in? I need to clock where more of the AI are. There's a guy there. Oh, there's two of them right there. Oh, there he is. I think that might be all of them already.
Objective secured. Savannah is under our control.
Okay, so we get our little guys out of here.
Hold, please. Time is a
Bang!
stubborn illusion.
Hey, what's going on? What is going on? Yeah, so have I missed much since I've been away? Doesn't seem like I've missed too much. Not much has changed really in the gaming world. What was the other thing? Oh yeah, there's this other game, Play Bellum. Or Bellum, or whatever. Which is Carmacoot's game, I think, based on just what I've seen on social media. I don't know anything about that either, really. Hey. Hey, Gray, what's going on? Yeah, I'm doing good. I'm doing good. I'm doing good. Yeah, I had a nice holiday away. It's good to take a break sometimes, you know. I think it's a good, especially good. I always is the case. I'm always like terrified when Nikita doing something, and I know we had these announcements coming out soon. I was just like, man. Should we try and take Bronco with this guy? Yeah. Like, with these announcements coming soon, I was just like, I bet Nikita releases some information that's important while I'm not here, you know? But fortunately he didn't. Sort of fortunately, unfortunately. Maybe I should, maybe I should focus on this. Like, going through the town, like, you could have to fight random AI. There's like a whole bunch of guys outside. I think I'm going to go this way and focus on this town up here. Yeah, so I don't know what Play Bellum is about. Maybe we'll have a look in a bit. But, yeah, I don't know if you guys... I don't know if anybody's... you missed the wipe. Can you imagine? Can you actually imagine? That'd be insane. Yeah, but has anyone actually played Broken Arrow? Or, like, seen any content? It's only really nice guys when on my feeds for Broken Arrow. And I know he's been, like, super hyped about it. Maybe we've already talked about it. Yeah, we're just getting started, so I mean, I'll rehash it. I don't think there were that many people in when I first started talking. Do you reckon the white will be in August based on the roadmap? I don't know. I think it's gonna either be around then or it'll be like September or something. I feel like there's a chance that they put the patch through and then it's like the wipe happens like fairly soon after that, because it does seem like a specific... Okay, they did it on their end. It does seem like a specific patch for... Oh. And the people... It's literally people there already. It sucks. Well, we'll try and cut off the... they can respawn at night, actually. It's a bit of a bummer. Yeah, so I think now that there's going to be one wipe before release, I think, you know, it's just like they're so kind of hemmed in on the time frame. Like, it has to be that way, right? Surely. Because if the release is going to be before the end of the year, so that means it's December at the latest, there's going to be one more wipe and it's June now. They've got 2 patches slated. Unless they, I mean, they could just turn that August patch into a wipe. It's possible, right? It's possible that they just do that. Or they do the patch, they wipe in September, like early September, and then they have until end of December. Okay, that's also us. There's a lot of our choppers here. And then they have until the end of December, so that actually gives them a good 4 months. That's actually, maybe it's kind of okay. I feel like that either or could be okay, but I mean, it's going to be, surely it's going to be August, September, right? Like, having a wipe that's any less than 4 months or 3 months, it's just not really long enough. I think August is probably a good shout based on what we've seen in the past. It's annoying for me, as it was always, but yeah. Yeah, when you're playing it now, yeah. I kind of, I don't know. It's one of those things. It's just like, do I want to get involved? I don't know. Too much to other tactical RTS games to get into Broken Arrow. There's like a whole bunch of old ones. Yeah, Warner. Warner's been around forever, right? Seen a bit of Broken Arrow. Not someone who can judge about such a game. Fair enough. Hi, Deep. Call to Arms. I've heard of Warner. I've never heard of Call to Arms. I've heard of Warner though. Isn't Warner? It's been out for like a million years, and it's supposedly like the best in the genre these days, as far as I understand. From hearsay. I've never seen the game. I remember researching it at one point.
Gold.
Warner's basically a sequel to Red Dragon.
Random sub message.
Thank you for the prime, Rexman. Yeah, that kind of makes sense. Yeah, I just don't really... It's just hard to know what else they can do, right, with the wipes. They've got to be spaced apart enough for it to actually make sense for them to do one. So, I don't know. I quite like Aquila. Like, Aquila's quite fun. I've had some really good engagements around Aquila. I defended Aquila from like 3 people earlier. I like popped on just to kind of dust off the cobwebs. And I was doing some stuff around Sawmill to try and unlock the Banshee Trader in Greyzone. And I ended up killing 3 people. I killed a guy over there, killed a guy on the rocks, came around, killed another dude. Which I was like, hell yeah. What's up? How do you... I mean, I've been off for a week, right? So I kind of missed the end of like the Greyzone hype. So a lot of people are probably going to be moving off onto other games. But I kind of missed the end of the... Oh god, they saw me. Ah, no! I'm stuck by the tree. I'm stuck by the tree. So yeah, I kind of missed the end of like people playing it a bunch. Can't actually see them. Be all around, see if I can. This is tactically not ideal. But no, it's I like it. I honestly like it for what it is. Like you have to forget. You know, you have to basically don't expect EFT out of this game. I think Ramen Star put out a really good video about it, which I watched earlier today, just to try and get an understanding of what everyone was talking about recently, and that was really good because he basically had, like, been really harsh on Greyzone in the past. And that was basically because it didn't really meet a lot of people's expectations, because a lot of people just kind of expected to go in on it and it be EFT. And it isn't that at all. Like, it's very... It's much more... God. I've really messed this up. You know, I can actually just nade this. It's usually quite a good approach. Dude, I can't see them through the foliage. Yay. Would love a Gigabeef RTS stream, checking these kind of games out. I mean, that would be kind of neat. Don't get me wrong. I haven't played RTS for a long time. There's at least 2 more. Where's this guy? Is he down there? Don't want to get... Oh. One of them just died. I think that was from the nade. Gonna try and push it back this way again. Maybe I flank all the way around. I don't know. This shouldn't be that hard, technically, because it's the freaking, like, bandit AI. That someone there? No. There's one. I think there's. I think it's just one. I think it's just one. Move in and go and check it out. I think we should be okay. Alright. AI is very good at hearing you, right? If you walk around, you'll be zeroed in less. Yeah, that is actually true. Yeah, AI is good at hearing you run about. And they shout out as well. Like, they call you out when you move, which is kind of cool. I quite like it. What's this? Rice depot room. Never seen that before. Mosin. We'll go and we'll just sell their gear while we're here. I'm trying to leave enough room in my stash. This is like going back to old Tarkov style, you know, like make sure you've got enough room in your stash to sell all the random crap. You know, from a scav run or whatever. Take the command. Right now, $50. Okay. Yes. What the hell is this? We'll kick that out, and then. Oh no, that's the one I had. This one. Kamhau Rice Depot room key. Kamhau Rice Depot. I don't even know where that is. Ah, here it is. Yeah, I've got my like key carrying thing. Yeah, it's funny actually. You can get, so I'm using the best carrier now, which is this one, Phantom, which is like 3++, which is really good. And I actually have a second one, and it's actually quite good to go to Sawmill to go and get them. That's where I was getting them from before. Right, so I think I need to go over here, I believe. Just go and do something nice and straightforward. So this is the first badge you guys. Let me just see what you guys are saying. The stream looks unusually non-pixelated. Switch widely while that everyone. I'm not using it. So there's a new 2K streaming on Twitch that they are rolling out, but I'm not using that at the moment. I was going to look into it, and then I saw some people like Deadly Slob saying that there were too many problems and that they were calling it a day for the time being, and that they would try it again another time. So I think it will work. The issue is with Twitch is that Twitch is going about this stuff in a really odd, roundabout kind of way, as you might imagine, because they're like super cheapskates on this kind of thing. And basically what they're doing is you pretty much have to do all the encoding. So like, you know, you could on YouTube, for example, on YouTube, you know, you stream in a particular res, and this happens with Twitch normally, but at lower reses. You stream in a particular res, and then YouTube does all the re-encoding on their side, right? Because they have like the huge video infrastructure to do it. With Twitch, if you have like the enhanced encoding stuff on, you're providing them all the different encodes. So you now need 20 megabit upload, but the 1440p stream, which is part of this package, using the new encoder, that is only given like 8K. So the rest of it, I think you might even be like sending them to other streams or something. It's a very weird. It's a very weird system they've got. But yeah, no, I haven't changed anything today. Mama started a good video on playing 6 different extraction shooters and comparing them. He did. He also did one about Greyzone, which basically was like, this new update is good, and you know, yeah, they've still got a long way to go, but the game for what it is, like you have to understand like what the game actually is supposed to be trying to do, you know. And if you play into the PvE element of it rather than just chasing down PvP, the game's actually pretty good. I think he did a good job of kind of like making a balanced opinion on it, in my opinion. I think it was quite good. So yeah, I know this one had to be like over here. So there's some strange disease we found previously. There was a thing in the sawmill. We had to like grab something here, and then go to this fishing hut, and people were trying to run away from this disease. Oh, okay, got some random stuff. So yeah, I mentioned the strange disease quite concerning. Ensure safety on the island, cover any leads for what happened, need your assistance with detailed investigation. Given the circumstances, the most probable source of infection will be the river. Please examine it for any irregularities or anomalies. The river was used as a drinking source without proper filtration, blah, blah. So I think we have to go to here, because the river kind of flows from there down to where these people were. So it's like coming from this like reservoir or something like that. If you use the gunfighter bags as weapon holders, it works well. They take 9 slots of 9 slots and a weapon vest. Yes, I actually realized this today. I was like, if a bag, it's like a weird optimization with Greyzone, because a bag has a weapon slot on its side. In your stash, because things are quite restrictive to what you can put inside each other, like Greyzone has a specific restriction on bags that you can't put a bag of the same size or a container of the same size into another container, which is quite an interesting restriction. So it means that you couldn't put a Delta bag in a Delta bag. you also can't put a bag in another bag if it's already holding a gun, because there's also a gun slot on a bag. So, but the weird ramification of this is that you actually kind of want the smallest bag possible that has a gun slot, because it takes up less space in your stash, but you can still hold a weapon,
Gold.
which is quite intriguing. So I agree with
What do
you.
you think about the wipe coming soon?
Yo, Theory, what's going on? What do I think about the wipe coming soon? I think that it is interesting, and that it means that it's probably going to be coinciding with that August patch, I would guess. Or they're going to do it just after in September or something. I think it would be ill-advised to do a wipe for 2 months or something like that. I don't think that really makes sense. So it's got to be around that time, especially if the release is, as I expect it probably will be, in December. Like, the timing, it only makes sense because of that, right? It doesn't. Nothing else really makes sense now. It would be too soon if they tried to wipe earlier, given that there's going to be another wipe. So we kind of know that the wipe's going to be December, like, pretty much. It's just a random barrel. Abandoned truck. They're like up here. Maybe I should have stayed up there. Sounds like there might be people up there. Balti quests again. I was hoping they jump scare wipe in a week. Hope it's August. I need to kill Killer 27 more times. I don't think it'll be any earlier than that. I mean, it could be. They could do it in June. I guess it probably doesn't matter, really. I think they're probably just doing it for the player base rather than doing it for any requirement of their own. They'd probably be quite happy just running it until 1.0, in what I think, but... Are you into RTS games? There's a new one called Broken Arrow. Marine is playing it. I've played it, and it's quite good. I wanted to do... I was very tempted to play it today. I was very tempted. And I thought, you know what? I've not done any research, and I have no idea what this is about. So I thought, you know what? I'll actually do some investigation before I just jump in and start playing this thing. Oh, God. Jeez, it's like a shotgun as well. But I am considering it. Yeah, I am considering it. I used to be into RTS a lot. I haven't played RTS for a while now. Can I sneak around on the rocks this way? Maybe. No. I'm a bit worried about that. Oh, God. Ah! Leg break in? Yeah. Exactly. How many are there? Any more of them? Quite a few. I just haven't played RTS for a long time, you know? Like, RTS as a genre just kind of died. I moved over to MOBAs. For the most part. Just because I could play with friends and... You know, I wasn't really playing competitively. After StarCraft 2, I haven't really played anything... anything competitively after that. That was the last game. That was the last RTS game that I played, like, actually seriously. Yeah, I probably should have assaulted this from a different side, but never mind. See if there's any other rascals. It seemed like it. Is there no low these people will stoop to? I would maybe hope to finally get a June wipe again, given its expansion in August, probably wipe in August. Yeah, probably. I was big into Brood War, never really got into Tarkov 2. I tried to get big into Brood War, but I had never played it like from the beginning. And so it was very, very hard to get into, just because it, you know, the game, like, people just knew it so well. You know, I was big into watching the pro scene while I was at uni, but I was never that good. I managed to escape out of D- into D. That was basically as good as I got. There's like such a hurdle to get into, just like, you know, the average player of that game is so good. It was so good by the time I turned up. It was like very difficult to actually to get into it. Do we still a bit less niche these days? Yeah, I mean they're like super hardcore niche now, which is, yeah, it is a shame. Laugh track full of bodies seems they're dumping them in the river, so that's maybe why everyone was getting sick. Maybe. What else did we need to do in here? So Banshee's one. My business is providing people with the means to defend themselves, because I believe everyone should have access to certain goods, allowing them to level the playing field. I learned about the unfortunate situation here. Did not waste a single second. I've not done any of his stuff. Not anticipate the entire Lemang armed force will stay, keep a watchful eye. Seeking revenge against the fine man who got them in the situation. Need to look for a set of detonators and bring them back. Without them, they might as well use all that fertilizer to grow flowers for their graves. Try looking for whichever place the leaders hold up. I'm sure you'll find them as well. If I may advise, go there at night. Not necessarily for every thug from the sawmill to see you roaming around during the day. So we have to locate some detonators. At night time, we have to go between 10 and 5 in the morning. And then there's just like neutralize hostiles. Okay. Okay. Yeah, so what's the deal with Bellum? Like, I saw it pop up on my Twitter feed, but I don't know really anything about it. You said it's going to be a bit like Squad. Yeah, I think I'm probably going to look into Broken Arrow either way. Whether I do it on stream or not, I'm not 100% sure, but it seems like something that could at least be fun. I don't know how much of a learning curve there is. I remember it looks, at a very, very cursory glance, it looks a little bit like a game many years ago called World in Conflict. Who remembers World in Conflict? I don't think it was actually that big a game in the end. I played the playtest at one of the LANs. Detonator, I hardly knew it. Yeah, it kind of looks like World in Conflict, because there's not that many modern RTSs in that sense. Like, they usually, I guess there are a couple, but they weren't the big ones at the time. You really are a dad for laughing at that. You got to embrace it these days. I've cracked up my fair share of terrible dad jokes recently. That's what being away with the kids will do to a man. Yeah, I don't really even know what you do in Broken Arrow. I have to actually look at what the mechanics are. Because I know that you build, from what I've seen, I know that you build a deck. So it's like a deck of your, you know, things, like units. The dad joke ramping up. No, let's definitely hope not. I don't think I can take another one. Okay, actually, with Banshee, I actually now have the ability to buy this thing. What's the difference between these two guns? This has a Caps Classic. What's this thing? Let's say... Oh, it's just a... Wait, is this a big voodoo? This is big boy voodoo. This game's got both little voodoos and the big boy voodoos. So 3.5 to 18 times voodoo. What's this thing? Just a fixed 4x. I see. So it's not as good as this one. I see. Cat adoption service. Yeah, I don't know whether it's worth. Yeah, I don't know whether it's worth playing Broken Arrow. I mean, it certainly looks interesting. It's certainly one of those things that pops up, and I think, maybe. But there's just so many games these days, Maybe I'll put some parts in this one. So this is what I meant, right? So you've got something like this delta bag, which is just huge, or you've got the amp bag, which is fairly big, and the scorpion bag, which is like medium sized. But the gunfighter has a gun slot in it. So the gun is bigger than the bag, but you can put it in there, and you can put like suppressors and ACOG and a couple of lasers and a holographic in there with the gun strapped to it. So like it's actually really efficient. The Steam library must grow and never be played. Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, I was literally looking at this earlier. I was literally looking at Broken Arrow earlier. People did seem to like it, but I don't. Yeah, when I was reading about it from people who actually play the genre a lot, I think a lot of people, and that's where I heard about Warno from, was people being like, well, it's like interesting that there's a new game coming, but it doesn't really do anything that Warno doesn't do, which was kind of intriguing. I was like, So what are we going to do? Where are we going to find these detonators? What's this one? Oh, this is just neutralize hostiles. Who do I actually need to level up? Handshake's just going to kind of be done on his own. Gunny were level 3 anyway. I definitely should do some stuff with the Turncoat. Artisan, I'm super close to actually getting level 3. Do I have any Artisan ones? I have this one. Find the intel regarding the cult. Some differences like the era they take place in. Yeah, because what's Warno is that because Broken Arrow is like now, isn't it? Isn't Broken Arrow like pretty much modern day? Yeah, okay, yeah. So Warno is Cold War based. Interesting. Should try Broken Arrow off stream if you got any spare time. Yeah, I mean, I might even play it on stream. Like, there's not. It's interesting because there's so little going on in the Tarkov world. Unless I start doing like something hard, like hardcore account or something like that. I just like, I don't know. I'm actually enjoying Grey Zone more at the moment, just because it's like a bit different, a bit more chill, a bit less sweaty, Like I'm given that I have basically given up on the Kappa thing at this point. For this wipe anyway, I just really can't be bothered. It's like what am I actually going to go do? I've got to go and set myself some real challenge. So I could even play Broken Arrow on the stream. I wouldn't mind, but I probably want to have a look at it a bit before I do, and just before I jump in. Kind of wanted to do this one, but I should do this really, but where actually is this thing? Find the intel regarding the cult. So I think this is what we need a key. I feel. Big Hunt Showdown update in a few days. Hunt is good actually. It's annoying that these ones need to be done at night time. Same with this one. Can I get all the hidden LLA outposts? How many of them are there? There was one. So there was a map. I think there's 3. I hope there's not more than 3. So I took a picture. I took a screenshot of this map. So there's one by Fort Narith. This one here. So that was this one. I don't know how the hell you're supposed to find this without. There's supposed to be one up here. Where would that be? So there's the road. So it should be just like up here or something. Is this clearing maybe? It's after this little point. So it'd be like there or something. And then there's one up by the curve in the river up here. Like this field. This one there. But I don't think I've visited either of those two, which is what makes me wonder. Found the one by YBL. Find the northwest of Tiger Bay. Maybe I did find this one already. Oh, it was here. Oh. That's not what the map says, though, no? No, the map definitely says it there. Should we go and just check it out? Let's just go and check it out.
Raven en route to Echo 2.
We may as well, right? We're just trundling around today. Not doing anything too crazy. We'll go this way. Good evening, Ozas. How's it going? So try different things on stream or Tarkov installing for another reason that Tarkov will die. I mean, yeah, Tarkov, exactly. Tarkov will die eventually. You need to not be a Tarkov creator by then. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. The thing about the stream, I have a lot more. I feel like I have a lot more scope to do stuff on the stream than I do on the actual channel. Like doing stuff on the channel is actually the hardest part. That's the hardest part. Yeah, that's one of the reasons why. I mean, I actually am just genuinely enjoying it anyway. But it's one of the reasons why I really hope that Greyzone does well, and that I can make some stuff about Greyzone too. Because that'd be very helpful. Because there's lots of stuff that could be done very similarly in Greyzone that you can just take across from Tarkov, like various bits of the guides and some of the tutorials. That's like it's kind of like I could do that quite easily, but the viewership just isn't really there. I don't think. I haven't actually tried that much, but I don't. My gut instinct says the viewership's not really there. But it's good to try a few things. I've definitely been doing more stuff, like, get involved with the marathon thing and make a video about that. And I've got a bit better at making videos that are sort of interesting, not necessarily just to people who are like playing EFT. So I think that's the important thing about the YouTube side, is not to try to not be so like pinned in by making things that have got slightly more broader interest. That's the hardest part. Now we know it's going to be a white morning. When do we think? Well, I mean, a lot of us are just thinking August because that seems to be the easiest date that you could choose. But
Raven here. I'm moving out. ETA 30 seconds.
that's kind of one of my, just sort of talking about the content thing, that's sort of one of my reservations about Broken Arrow in some ways. It's like, because it's a completely different genre, I don't know if there's enough of an overlap of people who want to play both of those things for me to put that stuff on the main channel. I could always have a second channel, I suppose, for like other stuff. A lot of people do that and have like Gigabeef Extra or something. Have like a different channel for that.
I'm at the LZ. Hurry
I know
up and
that's kind of how Nice Guy did doing it, right? Because he had like too many different things that he was trying to talk about, and that sort of works. That works because then people who only are interested in the Tarkov stuff can follow the Tarkov channel. People who are interested in everything can follow both. People who are only interested in the other stuff can follow the other channel. It like helps the audience to pick and choose what they want to hear about. But yeah, it's probably the wipe will be, I think, somewhere. It's got to be somewhere between June, July, August. I think it'll probably be either coincidental with the August wipe. Giga Beef, Mega Beef, Killer Beef. Hope this game will get inertia and better movement. I hope we could just move speed with the mouse wheel. Yeah, it'd be cool. It would be cool. Yeah, does the Mega Beef channel, Terror Beef channel. Yeah, I don't know. We'll see. There's lots of options. There's lots of options. But it's been interesting. It's been quite good to make some videos about non-Tarkov stuff and like have them do okay. You know, a bit about Grey Zone, a bit about Marathon, and you know, have those do fairly well. So we'll see. Have you considered checking out Armor Reforger? I've seen a lot of people talk about Armor Reforger. I think one of the things that makes me it's just a bit tricky for me is that because I don't have like a squad of people, like anything that I play kind of has to be soloable, otherwise it just doesn't really, it's just not how I play games usually. At least not content wise. It's just never how I've done it. I don't want to be like forced into having to suddenly like arrange schedules with like a bunch of people in order to make content about something. So I've thought about looking into Armor Reforger. I was actually thinking about it earlier and I was like, oh, that could be something interesting. I mean, it does seem kind of janky, but it seems like quite good. A lot of people are having a good time with that game. But again, like I'd be starting from zero. I don't know really much about Reforger. We should take Gator first, right?
Approaching the LZ. 30 seconds.
I am glad we're getting a wipe though. If we didn't get a wipe until December, that would be pretty stale, because the Tarkov community and viewership is coinciding with how much people are enjoying the game. So, you know, once there has a bit of wipe for a while, people are just kind of bored. And then, yeah, I feel that in the content too. The podcast is awesome, and also when you talk about other games than Tarkov, and you must ScavTalk fix every week. Yeah, this week we've got disrupted again because I was away, and there's just so little to discuss. Like, because I've not been playing anything. I think if I had been here, I'd have been talking about some of these things that have been popping up, but I haven't been here to actually look into them. So it's a bit tricky to record when we've not actually been doing anything, you know, in that week, which is a bit annoying. So we're probably going to end up missing this week again. But I've done all my sort of big family holidays now for the year, so I won't be off for like weeks or like a week or whatever from this point. At least I don't expect to be. So if I take that guy. Oops. Speed is of the essence with these things because they pop up as being under attack.
All call signs, we've taken control of Gator.
A series of videos investigating how soloable games are. You know what though? You know what? You laugh, but that's genuinely not that bad an idea. In all seriousness, that's actually not a terrible idea. Can you play this with no friends? Given your specific angle on Tarkov, the amount of people in your audience who'd enjoy Broken Arrow may be higher than you think. Yeah, it could be actually. Also, if it's positioned in the right way, because of the way that YouTube works, it doesn't always necessarily have to be like your core audience. Like YouTube is smart. Like, if you talk about something different, YouTube's often smart enough to actually bring in different people, you know? As long as you've got enough of an overlap to begin with, and some people like it, then it goes, oh, it's this other kind of person. I get it now. Like, YouTube is pretty smart in that way. Good, you got some holiday time, relax time? Thank you. Marathon gets a fail grade. Yeah. Where are we going? Oh, we were going up here, weren't we? We were going to try and find this, like, outpost. I think there's an LLA outpost up here. So on that random map that I had, it looks like there was. Hey, Soup, what's going on? I know, again, you know, Ramen is very good. Ramen Star is very good at coming up with video ideas for doing these longer form things. His stuff usually takes a lot longer than it does for me to make. So it's one of those, like, funny things on YouTube, like the balance between, you know, speed of execution of a video idea and, you know, the quality of it and how long it's going to take you to make the damn thing. That's like one of the issues, you know. It's like it's got to work pretty well if it's going to take you a couple of weeks to, you know, play 6 different games. I watched one of those other ones that he did about, like, Tarkov clones and stuff, where he did, you know, he had like the single player extraction shooters one, and there's like 6 of them. I just got done watching some Broken Arrow on a Sackfield stream. Very interested in the game now. What did you think then? So how does it actually play out? Because we literally were just talking about this, and it seems to be getting some interest for sure. Like, I'm intrigued as an ex-RTS player, but I've not played it yet. I've not seen it either. So where was it then? So this cross was like over here. Assuming this thing wasn't dynamic, because I did actually get this. I did grab this map like ages ago. So it should be like, yeah, should be sort of in here somewhere, I think. Maybe, or maybe a bit lower. It's like this line kind of points straight to it. Like up here. It's got to be around here somewhere. Off the bed, latest CFX. Reminds me of old World in Conflict RTS. Wasn't I telling you guys earlier? I just said, like, it reminds me of World in Conflict. I remember when World in Conflict kind of, like, released into, can't remember whether it was 1.0 or, like, early access or something along those lines. Because I, like, played a trial of it, like, at one of the big LANs. Ah. It must be, maybe it's here. Looks like buildings and stuff. Your channel is essentially largely Tarkov strategy. I mean, yeah. Basically, yeah. Yeah. So you might be right. It's kind of like the funny crossover of, like, the number of people who are interested in, like, games like Factorio. You know? There's a reason. Slightly more arcadey than the Wargaming Warno series. You know, that's not necessarily a bad thing. Often means it's just a bit more accessible. When I came to one of these last time, there was a lot of dudes. I'm tempted to change the rendering on DLSS back to one of the older presets. I've got it on preset K, which is theoretically the best one. But I don't know whether it's actually the best for this particular game, because there's a lot of ghosting. I don't know whether you could see it with the encoding. Oh god.
Enemy presence confirmed at Gator.
อีกวะเข้ามาเอาละแม่หมาสี่แม่มึง
Okay, I think we did manage to get ourselves into a pretty good position there. Think you could pivot to anything with some kind of strategic depth? Yeah, maybe, yeah. One of the funny things, though, is just like, half the time, it's often about just then, like, it's like, do you pick this game to go in on? And you don't have to go all in, right? That's not necessarily the, you know, the be-all and end-all of it. But it's quite interesting how, you know, you do sometimes have to spend some time kind of gearing up if you want to do something in that particular space. An interesting example is Marathon, right? So a lot of people went to the place, you know, they went to the Bungie studio, they invested a bunch of time, they released a load of videos, they're like in that early wave, and then the game's like not received well, and it's just like, oh man, that's actually really tough for those guys who were kind of, you know, doing a bunch of stuff for that game. I think it's a bit of a funny one. I've been enjoying Grey Zone ever since I got false ban on Tarkov. Weird. But I mean, I like Grey Zone. I do. I like it for its like slightly slower change of pace. I'm not like you guys know, right? I'm not a full sweat Tarkov, you know, crazy person. So I don't mind the slightly slower change of pace and a bit more sort of atmospheric world building and stuff, so long as it's done in the right way. Which in the past it was all right, but like not amazing. But then this particular patch has been really good in my opinion. Was it actually an isotonic drink? That was lychee syrup. Juices. Remember reading that J is supposed to be a transform model with less ghosting, more flickering. It could also be used UE5 and nothing to DLSS. I think it's I think that's right. So J is like more flickering but less ghosting. K is more ghosting but less flickering, and it sort of depends on the game. PvP is just not the same. I mean, yeah, the PvP on Grey Zone is just not the same as on EFT. Like, EFT is just so intense. That's why, like, as a sort of just, like, coming back to stream session, I was like, I'd actually much rather play Grey Zone than I would play Tarkov, honestly, for this. Just because it's just so much more chill, even on the PvP servers. There is quite a lot of stuff in these places. Like, they've actually got some quite decent gear. It's just like, oh. I always press drop because it's in like the same place. Yes, it's not bad. What's in the ammo box? I'd like Grey Zone more if I could actually see the enemies better. Just LPS. I don't think I need more of that really. What's in here? Equipment. Troll bag. So yeah, it's like, it's kind of, I don't know. The fact that you can't roll bags up, I do think it's kind of annoying. What's this? Oh, nothing really. So yeah, locate all hidden. There must be. I wonder how many there are. I guess like there's another map in here, right? I should probably check the bodies too. But there was another map here, which has got a different set of them on. So that's the one by Fort Narrow that I've already done. Where's that one? Up here. The river runs round Julia. It's like up at the top somewhere. Oh no, I've already done that one. LLA Outpost. And then yeah, then there's this one. It must be this. It's in this sort of square field. Next to Argos. Where's the loop? There's the loop. So it's gotta be up here. I don't have these LZs though. Maybe like go up to here and like loop round. Yeah, let's head back to actually, I'll check. Let's check bodies. Too easily distracted. I do like to play it casually though. Tarkov I sweat all the time. Yeah, like it's exactly. It's a different game for a different feel. So, you know, it's like what I was just saying a minute ago. Just wanted to come on, just chill, just chat with everybody, talk about Broken Arrow, talk about War Thunder, talk about Bellum, talk about, you know, various different games. And not be like going too crazy. And that's what Grey Zone gives you, right? It's like this nice sandbox. You get into a few fights, you know, you're going around, we're completing stuff, but we're not necessarily, you know, going completely just like out of our mind. Or sat in stash. We've lost another nuke. What do you mean? What does that mean? Maybe a bit more ammo? Maybe. If I can go and take Argos. It's quite a long way. Where's the It's probably worth going to grab the some of the other LZs. So if we go from Papa 2, we'll figure out where we go. We're just sitting in stash of 6-minute queues of peak gameplay. Damn right, you know it.
Ready up, we're taking off.
Broken Arrow's the code for Lost Nuke. Oh, is it? I didn't know. I was not aware. Okay, so we're going to end up here. If we go down to here, there's golf is just there. Just got to remember, like, by Argos. So if I grab golf and then Hotel 3, which is just up in here, then that should be enough. That covers most of the map. At that point, I can kind of get to wherever I need to. We'll see. We'll see. What kind of mode do you play on War Thunder Deep normally? I've played like bits and pieces of War Thunder. I've never played it like super extensively, but I've played some. I used to play it more when I had my VR headset out, and I was using that a lot actually. I haven't played with that for ages. Like I always told myself at some point I was going to crack out Ghost of Tabor, but I never did. Which is sort of a shame. Yes, Grey Zone has too few queues. Yeah, nowhere near enough queues.
Spread out.
The Tarkov gamers are in shambles. We love to queue. The English love queuing. I tried out this stim the other day. There's like Grey Zone's SJ6, which is this thing here, strychnine. It's pretty insane. Fully drained arm stamina, but blocks body stamina drain, which is just insane. So you could just run. You could just run for a minute. Often find them in medical containers. Like I haven't used that many. I tend to use them if I'm moving from one place to another, and I've got like a bunch of loot on me, and I want to get to the exfil, like drop location, without, you know, getting caught up in any shenanigans or something. that an AI? Actually, it is. Try not to aggro around here. There's probably enemy people though. It's just two meanings that in a last resort request your position will actually overrun. Is this a real thing that is not good for you? Apparently, it's like rat poison or something. Somebody said. Something like that, anyway. Well, I'll definitely give Broken Arrow a try then. I'll have to have a look and see kind of what the deal is on how to play. So just give it a try. Tank, RB. As always with War Thunder, generalizes not to play, or at least be careful and not let the grind get you. Yeah, you just have to kind of play the game for the game, right? As opposed to for the grind. Otherwise, you're gonna get sucked in. I've heard that from many a fine folk. Let's see. Any people on the road? No people on the road. Yeah, should be able to whiz over. Yeah, the rat poison stamina. Gotta love it. Hardcore. What's this here? Looks like some crashed aeroplane. Of some kind. Oh, this is this one. The plane crash site. I remember them showing this off actually in the showcase thing. It is a lot better now that there's actual stuff on the map. Game did feel quite boring before. Those things to investigate. It's just fun. It's just fun having actual stuff, you know, around. Doing lines of rat poison at the club. And then you'll have infinite stamina. That's how it works, right? Okay, so we should be seeing... Should be seeing an LZ any minute. As far as I understand. In here somewhere. There we go. Golf 1. Alright, so... Now that we've done that... Kind of need to... I want to get to the other side of Westmore to Hotel, which I think is just on... Wait, no. Where's the road? The road comes up this way. I'm just looking at the attack map thing. I think it's here. It's probably best off going around that way. Otherwise we're going to just get it snarled up in all of this nonsense up here, because there's probably quite a few AI around that, I would guess. That's funny, I was just at that plane crash last night. What faction are you? It's like kind of unlikely that Mithras will be around this bit. It was like I could have sworn I saw somebody then, like running across. I wonder if this is a named location. See if this is the thing. What is this place? There's AI here. There's just one. Doesn't seem like it's heavily guarded. What is this place? Nothing really. Okay. Alrighty. Do you think EFT can stay popular long term considering how quickly it dies off late work currently? I think it depends on what they do, to be honest. And it depends on how much the grind changes with 1.0 and like what they do with it. Like EFT ends up getting it goes back to being relatively popular when they give people stuff to do. So everybody jumps back on when they add something, some event or something different, you know, like we've had a few good ones. We've had the RPG one, we've had the Minotaur Labyrinth one, which was pretty fun. You know, previous to that we had like the Mortar bit, the BTR quests and stuff like that. So like they were pretty cool. They could do stuff that's not necessarily as crazy, and that makes it a bit more interesting. I think like Tarkov's just in sort of a holding pattern right now. I mean, BSG have spent so long working on the 1.0-ness of it that it's kind of hard to tell. I mean, eventually, you know, it probably will lose. The people will just lose interest eventually, right? If they don't change stuff on an ongoing basis. It's just the natural way of things. Did something change in the last week with armor? Is that armor in EFT or armor in AR, in Grey Zone, sorry? The haze? This is just the like fog. This is just like fog. I think it's yeah, it's just the weather. It's just like foggy weather. The weather system that they've got in now is actually pretty good, and is based on like the real weather of the region. So, you know what's the best faction for PvP is? I mean, it doesn't really matter that much. I mean, I do like Mithras because there's always fights around Port Nareth and around like this area, Warden and Spielberg. Always seems to be fights here in this region. Constant fighting, and Vampire as well. Up here, I'm not so sure. I'm not sure if the airfield gets as much attention. I know Sapphire probably does, but I like Mithras. It's quite conveniently located for some of the other stuff. Grey Zone? Oh, I don't think so. I don't think they changed anything. Yeah, what's he after? I need to talk to you. Look at your active tasks. What's this one? Hunters. Ah, the Hunter's Paradise. Midnight Sapphire. Calling airfield. Okay, we've got loads of these now. Hunter's Paradise. On the range. Find out what happened in the jungle southwest of Hunter's Paradise. Well, I'm still trying to get to there to get my LZ. Yeah, no, I don't think they've changed anything with ballistics because they only do that when they do an actual patch as well. I think maybe you're either just getting more or less unlucky depending on what's been happening. I've been getting quite lucky relatively recently, not this week, but before that. And my helmet's just been like dinging headshots like crazy. I'm taking 5 for 5 and 7.62 my plates insta-dying. Is which area is that? Because I found that it's become more consistent as I've fought against the AI with like the better ammo actually. Because what's annoying about the hollow point and soft point AI, which is like the low level AI, is that they can shoot you in the shoulder and the expansion goes into your lungs and kills you even though you're wearing a plate, which is a bit of a pain in the ass. But if they're using like FMJ or something, it may go through, but it won't necessarily kill you straight away. If you need community quests to cull the abundance of top-end equipment. Yeah, maybe. I don't even know. Like EFT just needs wipes. EFT just needs consistent wipes with things to do. Like people will probably come back for the wipe every 6 months regardless. I guess people will drop off eventually, but you know, there are waves of newer people who come in, and yeah, that kind of thing. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know how long Tarkov will sustain for. It's hard to know. I mean, it's very difficult to get that experience anywhere else. So I think people will come back for at least a couple of years, but 2-3 years in the future, who knows? You know, who knows? Sapphire Airfield Radio Tower, just where I've died in a single round through the play. Yeah, I mean, the AI is sometimes a bit crazy. No cover, just dead. I sometimes do be like that. Right, okay. Well, do we take this first and then go here? It's a long way. We've got the LZ now. There's a bug going on with rigs on a vest like 6B where it completely removes the entire armor. Yeah, actually that's true. That is true. So if you had a rig on with you have like like a vest, an armored vest with a separate rig. That rig removes the armor value of the vest. It's coming in. They put out. I can't find it now, but they put out an update like change log for what's coming in the next patch based on the experimental version, and that's one of the fixes. So maybe that is what's happening. Yeah, that's a good point actually. I forgot about that. So, and I was dying a lot wearing that 6B armor. Shoulder shots, however those are deadly, yeah, they've been quite deadly to me. Yeah, so just try to stick with the like all-in-one carrier rigs. Yeah, I think it's because people there's just not as much chatter about stuff on Grey Zone as there is on Tarkov. You know, normally if there's a problem, usually you can just look it up on EFT and someone will have spoken about it on the Reddit. But because there's not as many people playing and because people aren't used to the game either, our heuristics of like what feels right and what doesn't feel right is not tuned in on Grey Zone like it is on Tarkov, right? Like when things feel bad, when you're like, I'm dying to stuff, and then you die to, 9mm PST or whatever, and you're like, something doesn't feel right about this, and so people start to look into it. Whereas on Grey Zone, like, people aren't as experienced yet, don't really know what that's supposed to feel like. Is 855 supposed to go through level 3 plus, level 3 plus plus? How often is it supposed to go through? People don't really know what it means yet. Polymonaceton, when do you think the wipe will be? I think it'll be August. I think they're just going to replace the August patch with a wipe, in my opinion. Or do it in September just after the patch, just to make sure it works, whatever it is that they're doing. Because what were they supposed to be doing in August? Was it the interchange expansion? So I think they're... Oops. That is not the one I wanted. The August patch is supposed to be interchange, so... and a big in-game event. So I feel like they could do this. And then do the wipe in September, like early September. And then give people September, like most of September, October, November, and then all of December until like the 27th or something. And that would honestly be okay, I think, because that'd be about a 4-month wipe. That'd be fine. That's what I think. Yeah, EFT needs to significantly derublify its economy. Yeah, it does. Yeah. How's Grey Zone feeling now? It is. It's good. Is the end game totally pointless? At the moment, I guess outside of the PvP. So yeah, there's like not really anything to play for per se, other than just like the game loop and just existing in the world, which isn't really a good reason. So yeah, you could say so. It is sort of pointless in that respect. Oh, yeah. So there is something here. So maybe I don't know whether this is the outpost or not. We'll find out. But I mean, the way that you get to the end game and getting to level 4 traders feels like an actual game now. Like I've never been at level 4 traders on Grey Zone. I've just never done it because it didn't feel fun to do. It didn't feel like it was something that I wanted to actually get to. But now, the way that the quests work and handing in the quests, it's like so much more dynamic. It just feels a lot better, and the story is told a lot better. Maybe this isn't the outpost. Doesn't look big enough. Doesn't look like the other outpost. Doesn't look guarded enough.
มึงหันไปมาสิแม่มึงออกไป
Maybe it is. I shoot these two dudes. Why get me in trouble? It's kind of easier to do it from a closer vantage point. It's a bit like EFT in that way, right? Like, you don't really want to be at a long-range shootout with AI. It just never works out well. They signpost themselves so much better when you're close. It's like Collinstown streets. And his flashbang goon had me flash for a solid 2 to 3 minutes. See what are the weird noises those. Let's see what this is. Just these two guys? Kind of looks like it. This must not be it though. I'm just waiting for the stealth update. It just says more quality of life updates like players up more to be attacked by weird creatures, close to the centre of the map, and hearing strange noises at night. Yeah, that'd be good. Huh. Someone on my team. Who would have thought? Yeah, we made a great clip. Sounds like it. I love the death armor and damage screen and health screen. Being able to see the bullet channels. Yeah, there is. It's very, very good. It's very, very good. A lot better than Tarkov's just like kind of guessing game situation. Aha, an RGD. I come to the realization grenades are really good in this game. Like, really good. Better than in Tarkov. Okay, so where else? Where else could this be? Because that's... Where was my... There's one up here. There's definitely one up here. It looks like it's in the middle of that square. Maybe it's here or something. We'll wander this way, see if we can find it. Hey, Tao, what's going on? How's the session going? Good. We're just chilling tonight. You know, get back into it. I've not played any games for over a week, so Grey Zone's a really good game for that because you can just stroll through the jungle. You know, you can take the pacing as you want. I feel like in Tarkov you don't really have a choice than for it to be kind of a high octane usually, which I wasn't really in the mood for. So we're just trying to chilling out, getting a few. Ah, here we go. Here we go. This is it. Would you care for a mostly silent battle buddy? I would do, but I'm actually probably coming off sooner rather than later, so I'm not sure if it would be worth it. But I would love to another time, absolutely. Or you could, I mean, you could join. Yeah, no worries. You could join if you want to. It'll probably be about like another half hour, maybe. Are you Mithras, by the way? I think you have to be on the same team. I see Ewing's been. We were talking about. Broken Arrow. Because it seems that a few people are playing that. Also, I'm playing EU as well. Might be problematic if I'm EU. I'm on EU East. We find him East Coast. Hopefully. Do we have to be in the squad for you to join the same server? Or do we just have to be friends? I don't actually know how that works. I need an invite? Okay. Give me a sec. Oh god. They're in the trees! No! 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 That's annoying. Okay, right, let me, There we go. Oh wait, I was actually freaking miles away. Okay. I'm around the edge of here somewhere. Oh, I knew I should have taken Argos.
2 Echo 2.
Always take the camp. Always take the camp. Never worth not taking the camp. I thought those guys were just shooting blind through the foliage. I didn't realize I was actually going to get hit. Maybe I just stood in the wrong place. Might have just been unlucky. So it's damn shoulder shots again. I have to remember which side I was on. If we just creep around, I'm sure we'll be able to find the body. It's always kind of tough taking those like jungly positions where there's no high ground or anything around them, because they're just it's very hard to see the AI, and they see you in weird ways. This is why I run trackers in my gun. I probably should. In fairness, I wasn't expecting to die to the AI. I haven't actually died for a couple of sessions, so I've become blasé. And there are different trackers that are longer and shorter, right?
ETA 30 seconds.
You get those crappy ones, but they're only like a short period of time. I need to go and have a look at which ones are available. Damn, people are coming into our main base.
Here, move it, go!
Oh, that's one down. I did bring a headset, so now it's just loud.
Strap in, we're heading out.
Okay, we'll just mute the game because I haven't bought a headset. When in doubt, magged up the foliage. Yeah, probably not a bad principle. Feels weird with the sound off, but yeah, it's just too loud otherwise. Maybe I'll just change it to like 10 or something so we can still hear it. Yes, we need to head back to this somewhere around the LLA outpost. Yeah, look, we've got some crazy fighting going on down here. They've like, people are always taking these points. Find like the fight between Lemang and Mithras in this section is just like ongoing, always. Yeah, I'll be intrigued to see what they add to Grey Zone to make it more like the game loop even more interesting than they've made it with the cop thing. Like the cops and combat circles is pretty good, but there needs to be something that stops people just like instantly taking them back. I think it's like one problem that I've sort of had is that if you had a bit of fight with somebody, not really any way to like fortify them or defend them properly. You're just like, you're either just gonna fight for them forever, or you just one side just sort of gives up. And that's just give in and go, oh, fine, whatever, I don't care anymore. Which is a bit weird. To be honest, it is a bit odd. I guess people do lose gear going back in over and over, I suppose. There we go. So it's not free to run back in, but even still, especially if you've got an outpost nearby. So like I think we had a fight earlier, and they had, I can't remember which way around it was, but like we were fighting over Aquila. I think they had this set and we had this set, and you can get back like pretty easily, and there's a lot of LZs as well. So if people want to try to get back there and fight you, they can be back in like a couple of minutes. I ended up having to run away because I got too damaged. And so they ended up taking it back. I did hold it off for a while though. Right. I'm going to skirt the edge of this thing. You do run really fast actually if you're not got any gear. Okay, so this is kind of like I start to wheel around this side, I think. I'm going to have to be kind of careful at this point. Scan from my body. Where are we? I feel like it was lower ground than this. I don't remember it being as steep. Could have been this sort of area. It's probably a bit closer in. Good look-see. Oh, jeez.
Raven, wheels down and ready to load.
Oh, that's actually...
Get ready, we're moving out.
That's, Is that at me? I'm not even sure. Oh god. There's like somebody here at the LLA outpost that like is not me. I don't think it's just AI. Okay, light bleeding is not too bad. Oh no, it must be because otherwise it'd be a circle. It'd be a PMC circle if it was an enemy. If it was an enemy player. But there definitely are enemies at Argos now at this point. Which is certainly less than ideal. So a light bleed is not that big of a deal. And you will actually get better. Yeah, it must have been AI. It must have been AI shooting at me. Where would it have been? This is tricky. Yeah, I wish I had a tracker now. So I'm thinking like it must have been a lot closer in. I mean, maybe it was this. Maybe it was more around this side. Quite close to the actual buildings though, right? I could see in. I was like making my way in. Yeah, I could see the roofs. This is sort of the angle I came from before. Wheel around. Get into these bushes. Let's see if this is any better. It's not ideal even for finding your body. It's a bit like, in Tarkov, like when you don't have a thermal and you're looking around, it's like, man. Could be through here, maybe? Aha. Nice. Do you actually have a tag? How do you use this? Basic tracking tag. How do you use this? I actually can't remember. Alright. Well, let's go and take... If Tower's going to be up there, let's go and take Argos first. So I actually did the Rebel path. This was the last one that we needed. Sprint off. We'll head up here. Oops. Oh, Razor. Nice. Ooh. Ran right in front of him. What have we got here? Light bleeding, fatigued. Okay, it's not actually too bad. Probably didn't need to do that. We'll just use the splint. Should be all right. There's a PMC in that town. Sounds like anyway. PMCs. Tower taking everyone out. wonder where these guys went.
We've established control over Argos.
Watch your left.
I think I killed two of them.
Confirmed at Argos.
Oh, no, that's a grenade going off. Key holder on him. Oh no! Grenade! Damn. There was another one. Unfortunate. Respawn me all the way back here. I don't know whether I killed two. I'm not sure whether the second guy. I'm not sure whether the first guy died. That was actually genuinely worth it for the key case though, because I don't think I have the ability to buy those. And also the YBL office. I don't think I have that key either, which has been stopping me from doing one of these annoying missions. Alright, there's got like various bits of like bandages and stuff that I need to work my way through. Bandage, yeah, so just a splint now, I think. How many more of those? Got one which is full of these things. Like hoarding this stuff. I might even have just sold all the splints. Hi there. I live in the UK and I don't trust to order computers online. I'm wondering if you know any shop side curries at Argos so I can enter in the shop and buy a gaming computer. Like Curry's PC World's probably your best bet. The gaming PCs, not that many. Most places just want to sell you a laptop. Not that many places you can get like gaming PC IRL. Quite a tricky one. Yeah, I don't know. That's kind of tough. Yeah, exactly. But that's the thing, right? They got to pay for their. They got to pay for the shop and stuff, so it's never going to be cheaper. What's the issue with online? You could buy from like Overclock. You know, you can actually go into Overclockers. Overclockers is a pretty decent place. You can they do have physical shop you can go into. So maybe try looking at them.
Argo is no longer under our control.
My M855. I'll buy some more.
I'm not sure what to think about that handshake, fellas. He's all smiles, but I don't trust him one bit. If you ask me, he doesn't give a shit about us.
Put some 55A1 in there. Oh, I didn't even have it. Oh, yeah, it's because I just took the gun off that. I'm very tempted just to take the gunfighter bag though, because you can take a gun with you, but you can actually upgrade in the field because there's no insurance fraud either in this game, right?
Honestly, I'm surprised I'm still alive. There's something out there, man. I'm telling you. Whatever happened here, I don't think it was man-made.
Okay.
Roger, Raven is in the air and heading to Delta 3.
I'll take 2 more nades. It's getting kind of dark though. Probably should put a flashlight on, but never mind. The thing is, you can look at what they were going to put in these things, right? Most of the time you can customize it, have something good if they're actually going to build a PC. I think that the retail, like high streety places, I wouldn't trust them that much. I trust someone like Overclockers more than like Furries or Argos. I'm sure there's like actual I'm sure there's an actual store or service for somebody who will actually do it here in the UK. I'm sure there's somebody. I don't actually know, but I'm sure there's someone. The only time that I've ever had a pre-build was from Overclockers. That was in the reason I did that was because it was in the middle of the like GPU shortage, so there was only select stores that actually had 30 series cards, and they were in machines. It was like, I know it was decent. It was a decent PC. I did order it online from Overclockers, yeah, at the time. So it's actually my stream PC now. But I've used Overclockers in person previously. And, you know, I just looked through the parts and it looked fine, so. It's still going strong now. That was a 3700X 3070 GPU.
Ready up, we're taking off.
That's what that guy was. Is this a 32 round Micro M4? Yes. And then a 60 here, I think. Yeah. So a 60 rounder there and a 32 rounder here. Daniel's defense mag. Just checking YouTube full bed, Beef still streaming. Hey, I've only been live for an hour 45. That is pretty short in my book. The Bronco fight goes strong.
God AI took out the guy who killed you. His body's at Argos.
Oh, nice. Yeah, he naded me. He got me good. Are there any more?
Nah, it just looks like Solo. All the AI are passive now.
Okay, nice. Should send him a bill for the sales pitch.
I'm gonna keep lurking though. Let me know when you're nearby and I'll move in with you.
All right. Oh, we're going through the shady territory. Look at this.
Get ready. 1 minute.
You just landed at Foxtrot 1, so I'm a hold for a minute.
Oh, okie dokie. Which almost Foxtrot. I don't have that LZ annoyingly. Oh, it's up by... Yeah, it's further across this side.
Approaching the LZ. 30 seconds.
Cool, thank you. Right, we're definitely on full auto. Always good. Well, if that guy died, I might be able to go and grab his gear from where I killed his friend. Maybe. But yeah, no, like normally I build my own machines, right? Like since I had that one, I've like just upgraded bits of it progressively as time's gone on. So it's now got a different. It's the same build, but it's now got, you know, my 5800 XVD in it, and 4070 Ti Super in it, and then the old components all went to the stream PC. So I guess technically my gaming PC is that PC, because it's the same. It's the water cooled. The RAM's the same. The motherboard's the same. Your frames look solid. It's improved a lot. So I'm using FrameGen and DLSS quality. But that gets me basically a solid 100. Which in my book is fine. I don't need more than 100 FPS. Like I'm cool with the way it runs. I'm still not actually that close. Do you get a lot of ghosting? I do sometimes, yeah. With preset K in particular, I was saying earlier, I'm actually tempted to change. Should probably get over there. Tempted to change preset K back to J.
Your friends are back. They brought night vision.
Oh dear.
I give them a party favor. One's up, one's down.
Okay. Are they in the point?
Yeah, last known was east side of Cop on the hillside.
East side. Okay. Interesting. East side.
Due north of you, 75 meters on the bend.
Okay. Guess with the cop still being ours, it's pretty good. Does make it slightly easier. Yeah, we're moving in. Fired at me. You can actually see the computer. I think he's at the PC. Damn, needle again, this guy. There's a time in the top right, the in-game time. It should be in the top left, the in-game time.
Gold, please.
Hey, Ida.
What is going on, Jagakeef? Did you enjoy your holiday?
I did. It was good. Very, very, very family focused, but it was lovely. Thank you for the tier 1. Appreciate it. Right, left's always an issue. Yeah, it tells you the in-game time in the top left there, so it's pretty good. We might get that in Tarkov one day. Yeah, so he was at the PC and then someone else killed me.
Yeah, there was one in the shed.
Well, we'll head up one more time.
Nobody wants to hear this, but we took a brutal beating.
Retake was this one.
I'm surprised I'm still alive.
3+. This one's pretty good.
The guys who smoked us were no amateurs. Leagues above the local.
Let's just go on it.
For sure. Fuck are they?
To see what that looks like. Let's have a look. What does this look like? Oh, that's pretty nice. It's alright. It's alright. Okay, so yeah, just gonna grab one of these, just small. I almost am tempted. The problem is like the more stuff you stack up, you just end up like with your inventory just like full of crap. So you basically need like a bandage, a tourniquet. Maybe I should just buy it each time. That's what I've started doing. Bandage, tourniquet, splint, and then the painkillers. What was the basic painkillers that she had? Just not sure if she has them. I don't think you actually technically need them. It was those. Yeah. Where's that check? I kind of want to do something for this game in terms of the sounds. You know? Because at the moment I don't know, you know, what works, what doesn't work. Yeah, barely have any dust.
Shit. Hardly anything gets in here.
Yeah, I mean, there's partly is the contrast issues in this game.
up for
Right,
Delta
we'll do one more then. Get one more set in. See if we can defend this. That is fully dark. I mean, it should. I'll show you what it should look like. So they're going to introduce some like anti-abuse contrast stuff in the next patch. Problem is the in-game contrast slider is just like way too powerful. So basically, this starts at 100. So this is what it's supposed to be right now.
Raven here. I'm moving out. ETA.
And it does get darker as well when you're not... I don't know what the deal is with the moon and stuff right now. I think the moon maybe is lighting up a bit. It can get really, really dark sometimes. Especially if you're like in the jungle. But at the moment you can change the contrast slider, which is the issue. It's one of those things, it's so... Because it's on the in-game settings, it's so pervasive at the moment, you kind of like can't not really. Because like everyone's doing it. And it's literally an in-game setting. So, but they're going to combat that in the next one. Who's shooting?
Strap in. We're heading out.
Tower is a man of endless patience. Do I have to suppress on this one? No, this one's loud. Oh yeah. Should mute the headset for everyone's sanity. It's almost worth taking Thor, so I can just like respawn here. Yeah, I don't know what they've done in terms of kind of
We're getting close.
timing or whatever, because like it's pretty light here at the moment at 10. I'm not sure what it looks like in this area of the world and like whether there's any seasonality. I don't actually really know. Why do I have a crowd in here? I think it's because I think it's because you chat a lot. I think maybe. I think YouTube is trying to get more people on the, you know,
30 seconds.
all hyped up. Yeah, well, that's probably... They probably thought that in the first place, right? People need different settings because they have different monitors and stuff. But, I mean, this is more than anything Tarkov ever did. And most other games. Like, the range goes kind of too far.
Spread out.
So if I quickly run and take this, it's only 300 meters. Should just be able to run across here. I don't think there'll be enemies here. Like, Westmore's not even taken, so don't think there's anyone operating in this area. I mean, it's way worse than EFT in terms of, like, gamma fiddling, right? And even Tarkov has, like, NVIDIA control panel gamma nonsense going on. Apparently Rust is even more locked down. Like, Rust is crazy. Like, the dark areas in Rust are, like, actually pitch black. Like, actually black. Right, I'm not sure I've taken Thor. See if I can just go and quickly grab this. Should be relatively easy, he says, because it's just bandits. There's one. And it's at night time. Oh dear. Oh wait, no, that's just a random heli. That's fine. Yeah, see, we're having dark areas in the game. Actually being dark and enforced is an important thing. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so it's like, how do you counter the whole, like, messing around with gamma situation and stuff? Like, it's hard. It's actually quite hard to solve as a developer. Shock and awe, baby.
Objective secured. Thor is under our control.
Yeah, I find it really weird sometimes how the sound disappears like that. Right, we'll take our 200 bucks. Right, we'll be going. A Master 9 tone gives me vibes having one to a true black. I think that's kind of how it's done. Like, genuinely. Yeah, why take MVGs if you can just use feather? Exactly. Were you playing Tarkov back when reshade was used on the normal side of the player base and not being used to turn everyone purple? I was never using it. I remember when reshade was banned, but I never bothered with it because I'm usually quite a like anti-settings person in general. Funnily enough. The thing is, right, they can always get rid of gamma changes, you know. Tarkov can ask, or any game can ask NVIDIA to remove certain features, right? I think. Like, can you change? I guess gamma's like a monitor setting there, because it affects your desktop as well. I'm not sure whether you could actually get rid of that. Are they gone now?
No, but I managed to grab one of their guns, so.
Whereabouts are they now?
Hard to say.
Where's the other LZs over here? Hotel 3. And Foxtrot up there. Maybe I'll just go and grab Foxtrot. Yeah, I was thinking because, like, you know, with Reshade, you know, the game devs can ask to have these things removed, right? Which is what DFT did. But yeah, with Gamma it's a bit harder because it's like the whole thing. Yeah, if decrease the contrast in the dark, Gamma doesn't help. Exactly. That's the reason why Rust did it that way. Legom.nl LCD test. Windows as a built-in tool. Was that the whole... Remember there was the whole... what's it called? LUT drama. Was that whole thing? At one point. Artist Wars Luck program. Whoa. Bit of desync.
You're in full with an ACOG, my question.
Sorry?
Do you have an M4 with an ACOG?
No. I've only been running dots and hollows.
Careful to your, like, 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock. It's gonna be their last known between you and me, maybe 100 meters.
Okay.
Heads up. Argos is taking fire.
I really want this LZ.
They got lit up by the AI.
They die?
I think so. They're gonna be south, southwest side. Friendly AI still active.
Okay. Well, it was a flashlight then, it's just a lighting change.
One down. North side.
North. You have eyes on anyway. Wonder where these guys are coming from.
He's gonna be due north of me. How's it going, buddy? You enjoying Grey Zone?
Yeah. I am enjoying it a lot, actually. Change of pace is really nice.
Talking to the other guy because I can smell his shoes. We're that close to each other. We're both being quiet though.
You can hear your VoIP, I guess.
I fell back.
How's that side? I wonder where I ended up. I can't remember where I was. I mean, my stuff doesn't really matter, though.
Going south. Weapon light friendly.
Mm-hmm.
He's in the trees north. Took it, spin him up.
Not sure if this is going to let me aim my gun. More of them flying in.
Yeah.
Is this guy shooting at you?
That was me popping shots towards him to get him trying to move.
Yeah, I can hear people everywhere. Someone right here. They're moving in from that side into the cop.
Did you zip the dude that was coming back? Or...
There was at least 2. Northern guy's still there.
Yeah, he's watching good.
It's like in there or something.
That's about where I've been watching. Probably just up over the ridge line.
I'm not sure if I took out the guy that I shot at. Gravy Pool Fair.
Eyes on 1-2 north of Cobb.
Okay.
He's going to be to your 11 o'clock, 60 meters.
Mm-hmm.
There's shots on him, he's moving left.
Okay.
Hard left, hard left.
Mm-hmm. I can't see through that bush. Mm-hmm.
Probably going to catch him right over here.
Hmm. Gonna keep on moving up, I think. Keep frosty. I do like how the random people grouping up in the game means that you often end up using the VoIP in-game, so you can use that against people. It's like kind of a weird way of getting around like everyone just being on Discord. Because normally you'd never be able to enforce that kind of thing. But in this, it just sort of happens by convenience. Even though you're at a disadvantage. You're not just going to, like, every random you meet, you're not just going to, like, into each other's Discord. It's, like, actually kind of cool. Maybe I keep going around. One thing that's kind of cool because of the mechanics that they've used on trees and bushes is that you can see people coming through bushes before they actually come out of them. Which is quite neat. Like the bush rustles and then the person appears. It's quite a cool little feature. One problem with Gray's End though is that you can go, oh, I'll just go for one more respawn.
We've established control over Westmore.
But you can end up in, you know, combat for a while. So crazy when that group was there before. I just like, I could hear them. Literally, I couldn't see them at all. Damn it. He was right next to me. I couldn't see him. I'm combed. Man. Sneaky, sneaky. Let's see if Tower can win. I don't know. Whoa, it's all gone crazy.
I got stabbed.
Ah, never mind. That was a good fight. Wow. All right, well.
They say GG's as well, beef.
Yes, GG's, GG's. I got killed by that needle guy like 3 times.
There was 4 of them.
Nice. Well, it was a valiant fight for Argos. Unfortunately, me and Tao couldn't quite do it, but it's all good. It was a good fight. It was a good set of fights.
Here you go, beef. Hold on one second.
Oh yeah.
I have a trophy from that conflict for you.
Oh, I went back to main.
Here, one second. I'll be back.
Yeah, I mean it gets quite intense, right? But like I think this is the thing. It's good. It's good now, but I think it needs some. I still think it needs some extra systems over the top to make it, to make the game kind of sing, you know. Like there's not really any end to taking the cops. I don't know really what they could do about that, whether there's a better way of making it work. Like, you almost need, like, I don't know, it feels a bit not good if it's just, you know, a random you can only take the thing after like 5 minutes or whatever it is. Howdy.
Courtesy of the goober that killed.
Who was this from?
That's from Needle.
Oh, nice. Cool. Nice one. All right, well, GG's.
And you got a set of night vision as well.
Oh, okay. Oh, I don't have a bag.
So there you go.
Cool, thanks.
Not a bad trade.
Yeah, not too bad. Not too bad. Oh, that was fun. It's good PvP. You managed to stay alive for quite a while.
Using use bait helps.
I'm good bait. Cool.
Good gaming with you, sir.
Catch you later.
You as well.
Cool stuff, my friends. Cool stuff. All right. Well, yeah, I'm gonna call it a night. I'm gonna go get some sleep. And yeah, I don't know. Maybe tomorrow we check out. I'll watch some videos about Broken Arrow. Like maybe we'll check it out on stream tomorrow if people, you know, if it's still kind of going strong. Kind of have to see how it is. But you know, it'd be nice to get my teeth back into a strategy game of some kind. So that would genuinely be pretty fun. Let's see who is about. Let's have a look. I'm just anyone playing Grey Zone, just who's around. Just go on Sinister. I like Sinister. Does a lot of work for the community and stuff. And give him a raid in the Grey Zone community. Broken Arrow will be going strong. It's good fun. I'll give it a try. I'll have a look. I'll give it a try. We'll figure it out, and then we'll see. Maybe we'll play it tomorrow. No. We will see how it goes. We will see how it goes. Cool. Well, GG's everyone. Good night, and I will catch you later. Bye for now. Bye bye.